Okay, this is my W124 turbo diesel from 1990, and the blower motor has started to squeak. So if we turn the ignition on there, right, so it's position 1, position 2, position 3, we're getting a bit of air now, position 4. Okay, typically because I'm making this video it stops squeaking, but it was squeaking really quite badly, so you can hear a bit there, look. And in fact, actually, if we go to position number 1, let's have a look how fast the blower's going around, and that is how fast it is going. So what I'm going to attempt to do is give this a quick lubrication and see if we can get a bit of life back to it. Now, this is 1990, so you may notice normally these would have two centrifugal blowers with a motor in the middle. And this one is one of these single ones, and you can see this huge space back here, which I suppose is all designed really to house a air conditioning unit and all the evaporators and the rest of it. Well, of course, this car hasn't got air con, so it's just got a big space here, and look how nice and simple this is to maintain. Brilliant. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. Obviously, don't get that blower mixed up with that blower, but there we are. Look at that. So yeah, so that's the plan. Give it a quick squirt and see if I can come out with a long-term fix for the lack of lubrication. Okay, for a test, before I disconnected it, I just gave the brushes a quick squirt with contact cleaner, because you can see them down there fairly clearly, and that did make a damn bit of difference. But then what I did was I used the same contact cleaner, which is like a really aggressive solvent, on the bearings, and lo and behold, we're away. So we can deduce from that, this is on setting 1, which you remember earlier, it was hardly turning. So from that we can deduce that it's definitely a lubrication problem with the bearings. So what I'm going to do now is remove the blower and see if I can get some grease in there and do a longer term fix. Okay, so here we are out on my building site in my surgically clean area. Anyway, right, so the motor's out and the blower, and I just spotted something which will make you laugh a bit. It's got a little bit of metal there, and that is to balance it. So when they built this fan, they even balanced the blooming blade on it. So yeah, this is the kind of quality it is. So what it is a gentle reminder that if you can, try and refurbish the stuff that was originally in the car and don't get a pattern part. Okay, now the state of this bearing, it's absolutely great. So I'm going to clean that up, and then clean up the bushes in here, the brushes, sorry, in the commutators, and then we're going to see how much of a difference that makes. Okay, so by just removing a screw out of here, I've managed to split the motor and housing apart, which is really easy. And then I've given it a good old clean out with some contact cleaner around the brushes. Then I've cleaned out as much as I can with the contact cleaner and a bit of GT85. Step away from the stuff in the blue and yellow can. And then the final lube, I've given it with some of this old super lube, which is slippery as hell. And you can see a nice bit of it on the top there in that bearing, which I'm just letting soak in. Then I'm going to twist it around and do the other side, the bearing down at the bottom there as much as I can. I could probably pull the fan off the motor, but I'm a bit worried that the 31-year-old plastic won't have it. So that's what we're going to do next. Once I've done that, I'm going to give it a good old wipe and then reinstall it. Once I'd got as much thin lubricant in there as I could, including some old Hops gun oil, which smells gorgeous, I gave it a topping off of grease. There's the cap of it there. Now this stuff out of a can, it doesn't set hard, but what I'm hoping is that it's going to try and keep the thin lubricant at the bearing and not let it get away. Anyway, that's the theory. Whether it actually works or not, it's a different matter. Okay. Okay, I'm so confident that this fix has worked. Famous last words. That I'm actually going to do this live on video, and yeah, let's see if what we got on the front, on the blower front. I'll turn the old girl on. Sorry about the fuel pump again. Right, so it's on setting 1, so that should be rotating round nice and slowly. Oh, I can see it from here. It's silent. Well, you can hear it just whirring away beautifully. If I get really close, you can hear it just go in the back. And if I get this camera upside down here, just see, can you see the grease in the back there? All that's doing is just holding the lubrication in the. That's it. It's not actually greasing the plain bearing at all. I just want it to hold it in. That's worked a treat. Let's give it the. Let's go up another setting. Let's go for 2. Oh, actually, do you know what? This is loads better than it's ever been. It must have been on the way out for ages. I only just literally started making a noise last week, so I nipped it in the bud. Yeah, okay, let's come to the... let's give it the full bejesus now. That was on setting 2, let's give it 4. Nothing. I mean, as in, there's loads of air, but there's no squeaking, nothing. That is a winner. All right, now I've got to do is put all this back. Okay, so I've done the work. Basically, it took me a morning. I'll take my time. You can just hear it. If you listen, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a squeak. And as I've had the wiper apart, does that still work? Oh yeah. Job's a good one.